Slam. Memphis, Tennessee against an Eastern Conference team here at the FedEx Forum. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. Here's Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline. I'm Kevin Harlan. You know, these two teams rack up the assists. Greg, they pride themselves on playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, both sides preach player and ball movement, getting everyone involved. It makes both teams that much more difficult to defend.
And here are the Grizzlies. It's a three-point game. Outside Jackson. Pass to Landale. Morant with the bucket.
If you look at the breakdown, Morant's as efficient as anyone when he's the ball handler in the pick and roll.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
To the paint, Porzingis with the steal. To the inside, Johnson. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
Now, here is Young. Shot clock at 6. From deep, Johnson nailed from three-point land. Johnson's got 5.
Yeah, he can hit that. Nice shot there from Johnson to drop in the triple.
And Stan, you think about the skill level of Trae Young. What makes him, in your opinion, such a tough cover?
Well, I think the best thing about Trae Young, Kevin, is as much of a scorer he is, he's even better as a passer. And so it's hard to commit a second defender to Trae Young all the time because he will find the open people and create great shots for his team.
Here's Morant following the basket by Trae Young. Caldwell Pope outside. Morant surveying the D. And that time, also a missed shot. The Hawks leading by 4. Young outside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, this is what you love to see. Porzingis attacking the rim.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Here's Morant. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down.
Well, look, Jackson Jr. is a tremendous dunker. You can feel that one from over here.
Here's Young. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. There's 1:54 left to play in the first. Porzingis with the block. They recover it. Morant outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Substitution on the court.
Atlanta leading by 4. Young left side. Comes up empty down low. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, I had a chance to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies. I asked him about what could tip the balance in their favor tonight, and he said, quote, when Kristaps Porzingis is operating at a high level, it opens up their entire offense. The key for us is to keep Porzingis from having a major impact. If we can do that, it'll be our game to win. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, you're not going to find too many floor generals better than Young.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Morant outside. Here's Aldama. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Stolen by Caldwell Pope. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Morant outside. Deflects the pass. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, it's not easy to keep a shot out of Porzingis' reach. He has such long arms.
Down low. Daniels. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And so it's Atlanta with their lead. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Atlanta.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
Inside, there's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. A three-pointer off the mark. Atlanta leading by 8. We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but GA much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
Well, Jackson Jr. is an athlete, a big man with some big-time hops.
Here's Porzingis. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Both teams will make substitutions. Morant outside. Ja down the lane. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Yeah, and once Morant takes off like that, the defense has to know what's coming next.
It's good.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
There's Jackson with the 3. Johnson with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 10. Here's Young driving the lane, and the layup falls. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and despite his size, Young is never intimidated taking it off the dribble.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Down low. Here's Daniels. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Daniels has got the lead up to 14 now for the Hawks. Over in the corner, Williams. There's a screen by Aldama. To the paint. And Aldama slams it in.
Well, at nearly 7 feet, throwing it down is probably almost effortless for Aldama.
In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The Hawks leading by 12. Young drives in, and good that time. Young's got 8 points.
Yeah, you love to see that. Really solid stuff from Young in close.
Jackson in the corner. Morant outside. And then Morant slams it in.
Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you. Trae Young is getting recognition for his playmaking. He said, I've been top 5 in assists since I've been in this league, but I've been able to score so easily. People consider that selfish at times. I'm not even worrying about what people got to say. I know what I do. Back to you.
Yeah, tuning out the noise. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Pass to Landale. Rebound by the Hawks. To the inside. Here's Okongwu.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
There's the pick. Here's Morant. Oh, look at that.
Best dunking point guard in the game, Ja Morant.
Johnson wide open. He fired. And the 3 off target. Morant right side. Over Daniels. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And we've heard some coaches complaining about players getting away with traveling. Is that something, Greg, the league needs to clean up?
Well, it's inevitable that a few of those calls are going to be missed. But listen, you'd rather have that than officials whistling travels that didn't happen.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, he's called the unicorn for a reason. Porzingis doing unicorn-type things tonight.
And finished off by Morant.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
5 to shoot. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented, different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
Pass to Alexander Walker. A nice shot by Young. Young's got 10 points in the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Morant outside. And the dunk by Jackson.
Moving the ball for the highest percentage look.
Mr. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Jackson with the screen. Johnson with some nice D. The Hawks leading by 16. To the middle. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Young outside. Back to Porzingis. Wells grabs the miss. Memphis with the ball. Here's Morant. Rebound by Alexander Walker.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside for Jackson. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basketball family.
Well, they did a great job, Kevin, of teaching him the game because Jalen Johnson can really play. And I'm sure everyone in his family is extremely proud of what he's doing in the NBA.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
There's a screen by Aldama. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Well, he shoots a solid clip from deep. Caldwell Pope took advantage.
Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
Yeah, they're going for the throat. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. The Grizzlies trailed by 14. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Jackson with the screen. On the wing. And yes, it's good. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points here in this quarter.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
To the inside. Here's Porzingis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Porzingis has got 20 points.
Well, for Porzingis, that's just easy money. I keep going to that until they stop it.
Here's Caldwell Pope. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Here's Young. He's got 10. And a missed layup. Got it up. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hawks lead by 14.
49.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. Pass to Rizichet. Fires the three. The Grizzlies pull it in. Inside. Jackson has the open look. Trains the three-pointer. Jackson's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Grizzlies. Here's Daniels. Conchar pulls it in. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Pass to Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Porzingis with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Rizichet. Daniels, no good. Memphis with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Jackson with the screen. The kick out to Williams. Here's Conchar. No good from outside. Atlanta leading by 11. And Daniels, here we go. Lays it up and banks it in.
Quick burst in close from Daniels for the bucket.
And we have a timeout called by Thomas Isolo. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Both teams deciding to change it up. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Memphis' head coach had some words for his team over the break. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now."
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you.
And no doubt about it, in order for them to be successful, he has got to be a catalyst when it comes to scoring.
It seems to be an overlooked part of Trae Young's game, but GA, he's led the NBA in total assists a few times.
No doubt. You initially think about Trae shooting, scoring, but he also runs the offense really well and wants to facilitate.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And so Young nails them both. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is Ja Morant, but his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you.
Porzingis, no good on the layup. The Grizzlies trailed by 13. And down goes the three.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And so Young nails them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
There's the pick from 20 feet out. Yep, that's going to go in.
And what's really great is this excites the whole team. When a guy like Caldwell Pope is finding his shot.
.149 left in the fourth. Tries it from 16. Not that time. It won't go. Atlanta leading by 10. Oh, the dunk.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
They just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Yeah, look, never tempt a guy with a sure thing. No surprise to see him taking advantage like that.
It's in. His shot is pure.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Now Porzingis, a great pass leads him right to the rack.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
It's Morant with the drive. And he gets that one to go.
Yeah, Morant uses his incredible body control to work through that contact.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Atlanta.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Porzingis.
Well, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
Porzingis pulls it down. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Jalen Johnson, assistant, Trae Young.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony.